So here's some of the plans from when I was originally making the show, right at the beginning of the process. Some of the research that I've done. So this is the timeline of my mum's story that I wanted to tell. This is the timeline of my nan's story, starting from being 14, having to leave school during wartime, giving birth a month before the beginnings of the NHS in 1948, being a housewife, working in a hospital, and now needing the NHS in her later life, because she gets admitted to hospital quite a lot these days. And my mum's having pregnancies and births between, like in the 70s, the 1970 when my brother was born, to 1979 when I was born, right up to decisions about now. This is some of the research that I did around maternity services and the NHS's story from its conception in 1948 right through to now, right through to 2015, when the hospital that I was born in Cambridge, Addenbrooke's, went into special measures with lots of pressure on the maternity services there. This was a timeline, lots of different reports that came out, and there was lots of different debates around the medicalisation of birth versus kind of natural birth. There was lots of, like during kind of this time, sort of pre-war time, most births happened at home, and then sort of through the 60s, 70s, it became quite medicalised as technology and things moved on. People were seen as more kind of high risk because they had more information. And then there was these sort of pressure groups in the 70s that were campaigning for more comfortable and more kind of human approach to it, I guess, and you being less as a patient, and it being more like less of a disease, and it being more of the beginnings of life, and being able to take in your birth partner. Like at this point you weren't allowed to have anyone in with you. It was dry shaves, enemas, quite sterile. Yeah, it's quite different. Also about the increasing birth rate, and now the birth rate is the highest it's been in 40 years, but there's more pressure on maternity services. This was this one and this one. These were some original storyboards of a few drafts ago. The play has changed quite a lot in development, and it's gone through lots of different incarnations, so these are some kind of early things. This is the cast of the play. Actually, not everyone made it in the end, but there's me and my mum with her ferns, and my nan with her sherry, my sister and her kids, Joe, and Ian cooking, and John Luke with his swimming stuff, and me in the middle there. And Jen, you're there too, Jen. This was some more research about the NHS. This was kind of my first ever drawing about what I wanted the show to be and what I wanted it to do. What have I put? What I wanted to say. I want it to be a thank you to mothers, feminists, the women that came before. I want it to say that we can make our own structures, we can make our own choices. I want it to say that we still have a long way to go. What's that? I wanted to talk about what's hard and what's possible. I wanted the presentation of different stages, so the planning of having a baby, the trying, the sex, the conception, the trimesters of pregnancy, the birth. Yeah, lots of different material. I wanted to interview lots of different people, my mum, my nan, lots of other people, my birth story. I wanted to tell a story about co-parenting with a gay man. Yeah, lots of different things. You don't need to know all of that. This is my hand. This was just some of the exercises that we did right at the beginning. And this is the original timeline of when everything was meant to happen, but didn't happen quite like that. It's all been a bit different in the end. That's enough.